Hey guys, somebody was asking about email lists for massage therapists, and it made me think about the fact that I haven't really covered that in any detail on a video. I don't really spend a lot of time talking about it in Massage Entrepreneurs, so I actually wanted to address that in just a few minutes to be able to discuss the importance of having an email list. An email list forms the core of what I do in marketing. It is the most important piece. As much as I talk about social media, YouTube videos, as much as I talk about, posting on Instagram stories, the importance of having a YouTube channel, the reason I use all of those social media is to funnel people into my email list. So one of the best marketing things I ever did was the free Thai massage workbook that I give away for an email. It's free. You just have to give me an email address. There are about 7,000 people on my email list at this point. Most of those contacts come from links that come from social media. So every YouTube video, there's a little link down below where they can subscribe to my email list to get a copy of that free workbook. That essentially starts to generate revenue on its own because I have a retail stream, which means every time I send out an email, I'll make a couple sales and you make a little bit of residual income. As a massage therapist looking to build an email list, the reason the email list is so important is this. If you put all your eggs in a single basket like Facebook, and Facebook goes the way of the dodo, what do you have? Not much. If you wind up in a situation where you're putting all your energy into making YouTube videos, but you're not making an email list, you're not collecting client information so you can contact those clients directly. Everything you see on social media is filtered. You're not given full direct access. Facebook could change things and say, listen, anybody who wants to see your page, when they click like, they're going to see all of your posts. That doesn't happen, because Facebook is filtering all of that information and they're making you pay to reach out to the people who followed you. Make sense? Your email list isn't that way. Unless the email goes into a spam folder on the client's end, they get the email. That direct access means those collecting emails, that collection of data allows me to contact those clients directly. And here's the other thing. If you collect names, addresses, phone numbers, does the person want an email? Some go to spam folders, some people are just going to delete them, right? But if you have their mailing address and you send them a postcard, it's very expensive. The shipping is expensive, the postage is expensive, the cards themselves are expensive. Email costs next to nothing to send. Email also has the advantage of having clickable links, so people can go directly to book an appointment or to your blog to get more information or to see the latest YouTube video you put out. When you have a client's phone number, are you going to call them? People normally, they're busy, they don't want a phone call. One of the things that has happened is phone used to be king in a way, and now text messaging has become a greater help because people are busy. The text message is just kind of like email. It's short, it's brief, it's terse. They get an email reminder. They don't want a phone call reminder. Make sense? So the email list has to be taken advantage of, and you have to think of it from that angle. When you collect client emails, what do those clients want? If you send an email once a month and all that email is a link and it says, hey, come by, the people are not going to stay on your email list. If in those emails you say, hey, I wrote a new blog post about carpal tunnel syndrome and how I address it. Hey, there's a new video I put out related to how you can engage in some of your self-care and some self-massage. Hey, we're having a special next month because it's February. We're having a Valentine's Day special. Do you see how if you included those things in the email, you're providing content and information to engage, and then you offer? It's different than just going for the hard sale. People know that you sell. They do, in fact, want a reminder occasionally about you. It's like a ticker tape running in the background. That's nice. But at the same time, the email doesn't feel invasive in any way. And if they don't like it, they can always unsubscribe. It's easy to set those up. I believe that MailChimp and Constant Contact both have free options at their lowest level. But the email list is the most important part of everything that I do. All of that social media stuff is just trying to get people on my email list. Now, when people unsubscribe from my email list, I used to feel bad. Like, oh, these people, they're never going to purchase from me, right? They're never going to engage with me. But the more people on my email list, I pay more. So when people unsubscribe now, I'm happy. The reason I'm happy is they're not really interested in what I have to say. They're not really engaging with what I do. They're never going to purchase or support it. They're not following me on my social media. So it doesn't do anything. That constant ongoing access is what you're looking for. The email list, in my opinion, is the most important part because it does give you direct access. Every email I send out has links to all of my other social media. I'm constantly encouraging people to follow me on all of my social media because they can keep in touch with me. I don't want them off of my email list, but I want more active engagement. When you actively engage with me on my social media, it means I can send you a quick video. I can send you a quick Instagram video to answer a question if you have it. It's amazing technology that should be used. The email list is still king in my opinion. And when people are looking to sign up, so for instance, you can let people know that, listen, when they come in for the session, you're going to add them to your email list. It works a lot better if you say, listen, I'm going to add you to my email list. You're going to get a periodic email, maybe once a month. It's going to give you tips and tricks to work on yourself. And I put occasional specials in that email list. Do you see how much more likely the client is to go, oh, well, I want more stuff and more information. So they're happy to be on the email list. As you guys are viewing, if you have questions about email lists, feel free to comment down below. I'm happy to chat about it. But when you send out an email, a completely text-based email doesn't work as well. People do, if you can manage it, they want photos. They want links. They want videos. So whenever I post a video that I want people to see, what I will do is I will screenshot the video, take that photo, and put that in the email so that when they click on that link, they're going to go directly to that video. Because they want something that's visual. They want to see me. The reason the video works so well, hey Esther, how you doing? The reason the email works so well is, photos, is because people are visual. If it's just text, if I write 2 pages full of text, nobody's going to sit and read that. They're busy. They're shuffling through their emails. If there's a quick photo and it's me working on someone, and then below it says, hey, we're giving a 10% discount this month, click here. Do you see how it's quick? It was very little text. You have to start thinking about that when you look at marketing. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your email itself. When you get emails, I know you get spam emails, everybody does. What do you pay attention to? What do you notice? What do you like? Because long term, that's what you're trying to put in your emails. If you put information, if you give value, if you link to your other social media to give them more value, people are more likely to engage with you, they're more likely to continue engaging with you, and they're more likely to continue shopping and purchasing. So, if you have any questions about email lists, I'll have some time today. Go ahead and write down below. I'm happy to chat about it, but you want to make you want to make the emails engaging, you want to make them visual, so photos work really nice, and you want to be able to reach out to people periodically in a fairly consistent way. A lot of people told me, so I'm an educator, okay? I give away a free workbook. There are people who'll be on my email list for 3 years who've never taken a class with me. And when I am in class with them and ask them, how did you find me? They said, oh, I found your free workbook and I just never unsubscribed from your email list. And they said, I never unsubscribed because you didn't send out emails obsessively. You just sent out an email periodically to tell me when the next classes were or whatever. And that's how I win. the way I tend to look at sales through social media and the way I look at sales through an email list is it isn't a hard sell. It isn't aggressively buy every email. It's providing value and then saying there's an offer. So Rachel is asking about the fact that she has a system for follow-up emails at intervals for clients that haven't been in a while. Do you think those perceived as annoying, causing people to unsubscribe? Email is one of those weird things. It really depends on how often. And the other thing is some people, I think, treat their emails and their inbox completely differently. I don't know how other people do things. I know that it's easier for me to delete an email than it is to go unsubscribe. So what do? Delete. Those emails, I get emails daily from some of the same people that annoy me, and I don't unsubscribe. And the reason I don't unsubscribe is because I'm lazy. And people a lot of times are the same way. What I would do, Rachel, is when you think about when it sends up emails for clients that haven't been in for a while, start to think from the vantage point of that client. Maybe they're busy, okay? But if you start setting up those emails in a way that maybe there's a flow, maybe there's 3 or 4 emails for the clients that haven't been in a while. And the email sequence basically is explaining to them, listen, if you get regular work, this is why it's beneficial to you. If you wait too long, the problems that you have tend to increase. But with regular body work, we can help you, on your path to feel better. So do you see how maybe somebody's busy, maybe they don't use email constantly the way we do for business? I answer my email consistently because I'm doing business. Some people don't. Some people might not check their email for several days. I mean, I don't know. Everybody interacts with their email list differently. But if you're just pitching a sale because they haven't been in a while, one, you'll notice I didn't say huge things about discounts. I don't focus on it extensively, especially for clients. I'm busy with other things. I offer, and if people want to come get a session, great. There's always a link. Hey, you can schedule a session here. But it's an offer, not a sale. So if you think about it from their perspective, what you're doing is you're educating clients about why it's good to come in regularly, and you're putting that in that additional email sequence. Even if you're putting self-care tips, maybe you say in the email, listen, maybe it kicks out. Let's say your email is set up in such a way that your setup knows that the person hasn't been in 2 months. Once they haven't been in 2 months, it kicks out that email automatically. And the email just says, hey, we notice you haven't come in a few months. We hope you're doing well. And since you haven't been in, here's a link where you can schedule. We also have some videos where you can work on yourself. We hope you're doing well, and we hope that you're, feeling good. Do you see how it even connected to them? Because they may know, oh, I'd like to make an appointment, but I've been really busy. And people they're busy. That's why email is so nice, because if they're busy, they can just delete it. They can bypass it, or they can read it later. When you start to think like the consumer, a lot of times people are just busy. They're not avoiding you. They would like to come in and get a session. They're just swamped with kids and mortgage and house repairs and whatever else it is they're doing. So when you start to use the email, just like you use your social media, to communicate with your target audience, that's where I think you win. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. If you guys have any questions, just write down below. I'm happy to chat about it. I just think you should send out emails regularly. I think they should be visual as much as possible. I think you should provide value, and I think you should continue to connect with your target market and encourage them to follow you on social media. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining Massage Entrepreneurs, and remember to share the group with your friends who are massage therapists. You guys have a good one.